My name is Carl Newbrough. I was born in Audrain County, Missouri in 1931. And it was a dirt road and it was raining. And said the doctor couldn't come out, so he rode out there on a horse and had his saddlebags and his tools in the saddlebag. And when he got out there, I was crawling around on the bed. So I'm assuming that he was correct. I only had to go by what he told the story, and told the doctor he was a little too late. So that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. My dad, he always had livestock, and there was a large family of us, and we milked cows. And so I probably started milking cows at probably 6 years old or 7, something along them lines, because everybody in the family milked cows, because we always separated milk and from the cream and took cream to town and sold it and exchanged it for groceries to take back home to try to make a living through that week. Because everybody in the family had a job to do in them days during the 30s, because it was pretty tough.
You know, he came from a hard time in life, things that he fought through in the Depression era when he was a youngster and growing up on the farm at that time, and the things that he learned throughout his life, being in the service, you know, twice in his life, and being around all the sorts of kinds of people, but yet was able to, at a midpoint in his life after he had worked hard, you know, into his 50s, and then basically started over and started his own business without that formal education, and look at the successful business that he created.
Cattle Visions basically began in '02, and it basically started with Carl Newbrough and I myself. We were working for another company that closed, and so we were without a job basically, and so it was either time to reinvent myself or work for Carl, who had given me an offer that we start our own business.
I told her I couldn't guarantee anything. The only thing I was going to guarantee is I was going to start, and I might shut it down if it looked like it wasn't going to go. I wasn't going to spend a fortune in it.
Well, I'd say that he got into the AI business partially because we went to our first cattle show in my first year of 4-H, and we showed up probably an hour before the show started. Had to quickly wash the 2 steers I had, and we learned really quickly that we didn't get very near early enough. And then when I was at the bottom of the class, we learned that, we probably needed a better quality of steers to show in the market steer class. And so I think it just grew from there, that, you know, he realized that if we wanted to win, we needed to, or at least be halfway up the class, we needed to have a higher quality, and he quickly learned what that meant.
But when I started breeding cows and running around the country breeding cows singles them days, it was hard a lot of times, and I spent a lot of hours. And then I started making friends with customers, and then I began to have a lot more confidence in my breeding ability. And then I realized that I was pretty damn good at it. and then confidence began to get better. And then some of the major companies wanted to hire me, but I never ever wanted to work with a big company. My philosophy was that you couldn't service people the way you wanted to if you was attached to a major company.
We started with just a handful of customers, and probably less than 20-25 people that just started with us in '02. And every year has been a better year for us.
Then after after going, we had the thing going quite a ways, and Lance Ellsworth got involved because he wanted to do more of the bull procurement, and that's worked well. He's done a good job there, and the company has grew from that. The best part of my career was when I learned out AI, and then, but another, I mean, from there, my life got a lot better because I loved the cattle, and I still do today, but the problem, what I really like about it is all the people that I met down through the years, because there's some tremendously good people in the cattle business, and you made a lot of friends. I made a lot of friends. I met a young guy while he was in college that he kind of impressed me, I guess, a little bit, and you could tell he really wanted to learn. He didn't say much. He was pretty quiet, and I kind of got the first impression was he ever going to learn? But he did. He stayed with it, and he's done a tremendous job, and then eventually sold my half the interest in the business to him.
One of the big things is the value in people. And so we feel like our business, for it to succeed long term, we have to invest in people, and that's our employees, our team members, our dealers, and our customers. There's a lot of other products and other things that go along with that, skills and those type of things, but the relationships with people is really one of the core values that makes our business work.
I like to pride ourselves in our customer service. For one, following through with providing what we say we're going to and following up that way. We'd like for those folks to know that we're kind of try to be a one-stop shop for everybody to get all their semen and supplies here. We try real hard to work on our freight rates to keep those at a minimum, so people aren't having to buy semen from all over and having multiple shipping, to their destination.
The service part was always my strongest point. I mean, the goal was to get producers the service that they need and to upgrade their genetics. That's always been the goal, and have the very best bulls available to the producer regardless, and to make the bulls the best bulls in the United States, from the best breeders in the United States, available to that producer if he wants them, to have them in inventory and not, tied down to any certain bulls, and make them all available to everybody. I have no regrets about starting Cattle Visions, and I'm tickled to death I started it, and I'm tickled to death the way it turned out and where it is today. And I just understood that I had a lot of help.
Our hope and what we're going to work for in building a culture at Cattle Visions all comes from what Carl has built. And we want to take his value system, his beliefs, his passion for the business, his work ethic, his love for people and for the cattle business, and we want that to continue. And that's what we're going to really work hard for. He's given us a great opportunity and a very big gift, and we want to make sure that we honor that and do a great job.